Hi everyone, it's Michael Citron with the Citron Group at RE/MAX Park Creek, coming to you from another edition of our Ask Michael Monday. This is episode 96. We've been getting a lot of requests about should somebody buy or should they rent. A lot of options, there's a lot of different opinions out there on what you should be looking at, and maybe rental could be a better option for you than purchasing or vice versa. I wanted to give you an example of a current client that's looking at one of our properties and kind of was debating if they should purchase or rent. So this home is located in Park on Isles on 10934 Northwest 61st Court. It is a 4-bedroom plus a loft home, and it has a pool in the back. And it's a great house, it's nice, and we've had a lot of interest in the property, so I thought it'd be a really good home to show how you can live the Park on lifestyle for under $500,000. What would it rent for? We put $3,200, maybe even more, I would think, because it has a pool, it has almost a 5th bedroom space upstairs. But I put $3,200 as a conservative estimate. So I spoke with Joe Palapoli, our Supreme Lending lender, and he gave us the information on this. So putting 20% down, that would be $100,000 on the loan. You can also do less deposit. You can do a first and second mortgage and still not pay PMI. But for this example, let's say you put down 20% on the loan. Your mortgage payment, just your mortgage principal and interest, would be $1,908 per month. So your taxes would be approximately $650 a month. Your HOA dues, which in Park on Isles also includes internet, cable, and an alarm system, that's $270 per month. And your homeowner's insurance would be about $250 per month, give or take if you want to have more coverage. You're all in for all of your payments per month at just under $3,100 per month. So if you look at it, that's $3,100 per month. You're still less than renting for the long term. So of the $1,908 is the mortgage, the $575 is your principal that you would be paying per month for the mortgage amount, and your $1,333 would be just for interest per month. Now, here's the key. What is the benefit? So we'll get into the next page of talking about intricate details, but just a loan, so you understand, when you pay taxes at the end of the year, if you're owning your own business or you work for a company, you will pay and you will get write-offs if you have any write-offs. So one of the write-offs that you have is that you can write off the interest on your loan. So if we took the interest of $1,333 times 12, that comes out to being $16,000 a year. So you can write that interest off entirely. Also, your taxes on this property are $7,800, so it's $650 per month. So $7,800, you can write off up to $10,000 of your taxes. So I asked our in-house tax accountant, she told me that, reiterated that. I knew that law has changed, but it's still $10,000. This is under 10. So the combination of these two numbers, your interest yearly, as well as your taxes, come out to being just under $24,000 in write-off deductible savings on your tax statement. So right alone, think about it, you're paying less money than renting, as well as, we'll get into the benefits of home ownership, but $3,200 versus paying under $3,200 per month, and you're getting almost $24,000 in write-offs. Right alone, if you're on that cusp, if you're living in a rental property around this number, you can live in Heron Bay, Park on Isles, or anywhere, East Parkland, West Parkland, you're going to be saving tens of thousands of dollars as soon as you move in every year. So let's flip over. So another important factor is that you're buying down the principal. So when people say, is the market going up or down? If you're paying $575 a month times 12, I think that's around $7,000. $7,000 every year is ticking your principal payment down, what you owe on the mortgage. And your interest, you're obviously paying your interest separately as well. But every month, so say you live in a house 5 years, right then and there, you're saving $35,000 plus to buy down the mortgage, to buy down your principal, what you're paying. So if you're renting, you're just paying rent. So why buying is better than renting? So first of all, stability. You have a predictable monthly payment. Now, yes, your homeowner's insurance can change. God forbid we have a storm, you have any sort of increase in your deductible, whatever it is, that can happen, but it's a stable change. It's not a huge change in the overall payment per month. You also have your interest. If you lock in a 30-year fixed mortgage at 4% or less, that's there for the longevity of the loan. If you live there 10 years, you live there 30, that stays in place. So with your landlord restrictions, you have moving costs. Now, certainly if you're moving into a house, you're probably going to live there for more than a year or two. So that obviously comes into place. So you're not going to be constantly moving every month to a new property, which would save you thousands of dollars. And you will have rental increases. Obviously, rentals will go up as they've been going up, as taxes have gone up on properties. Rentals have increased dramatically. So in the course of a rental, you're probably going to see that payment go up, hundreds of dollars per year, per month for you on the year lease that you put into play, because you really only can sign a year lease, with a property you're going to be renting. So the owner of the property, the landlord, could also sell the property, give you 60 days notice, and then you got to find something real quick. You might not love the place you're moving to, and then you got to put another deposit, a security deposit, first, last security to move in, and then you're going to have more moving costs, and take your family out. It could be whatever that lease comes due. It could be in the beginning of the year, it could be in the middle. So it's kind of being forced to move out of the property. So these are other factors. If you're renting from an owner, somebody who owns a house in a community, obviously at a rental community, they can do the same thing. At the end of the lease, they can increase your rent as well. There are no tax benefits. So you have tax benefits that I just showed you, $20,000+, $28,000 in tax benefits just on this property alone. Different house could be even more. You also you have freedom to personalize your space. Your kids can paint their rooms. You can get a dog if the landlord might not allow animals in the house. You can put a fence up. You can do whatever you want to the property. You can make additions, change the property. Where if you rent from somebody, you have to get the landlord's permission and it could be out-of-pocket expenses that you might have to put the property back in the condition that you started renting it, which will cost you, again, thousands of dollars. So these are other ways of looking at owning versus renting. And then a long-term investment. I believe this. The home ownership is a person's largest financial asset. I've said that on our show many, many times. But I don't think people really understand. So the longer you own the house, on this example, it's $6,900 per year that you're buying down the principal. You're paying towards your principal. And as you get closer to however, 5, 10, 15 years, you're going to be paying so much more to principal as the loan gets closer to its to the end of it. So a long-term investment, you're building equity into your house. What else can you do? You could put money in the stock market. You could buy investment properties. You could put in money markets right now. But realistically, if you're going to be living somewhere, everybody needs to have a house over their home, their shelter for their family. If you're going to be buying something or renting something, you're going to be technically paying somebody else's mortgage. You're just taking that money, you're using it, it's a hotel to you, if you look at it in that sense. And then the mortgage is being paid for the owner. They're taking your money and as an investment, and they're doing exactly what you should be doing if you own the house. They're just buying down their mortgage, they're buying down their principal, and eventually they're going to sell the place or rent it, keep renting it, and just use it as more income for themselves. So by owning homes long term, if you're going to move into town and you say, Michael, I'm going to only live here for a year or two, I'd probably tell you not to buy. I'd probably tell you to rent, because you're going to pay closing costs, you're going to have all these fees in place, but in the end, you're going to have to move out of the place and sell it, pay all these fees. So I really tell people, if they're not going to live in a place for at least 3, 5+ years, home ownership is not the right case, because you're not going to reap the benefits for the real long term of the property. I mean, even so, even if you bought it for a couple of years and you could write off $28,000, depending on what your income is in our neighborhood, in our city, that's a big chunk of somebody's write-off. So you'll see tens and twenties of thousands of dollars to be able to get that incentive. So you have no equity, you're paying the landlord's mortgage. So these are factors that you should think about when you're purchasing a home. You should get pre-qualified. Now, interest rates are under 4%. It's amazing. When you're sitting at the Hamptons or Bell Parkland, or you're renting from somebody for years in Parkland and surrounding cities, you should really consider these numbers. And a lot of people don't know about the write-offs and what the benefits of home ownership, besides just the idea that it's your home, you can do what you want. there's risks and factors that you have to take care of the house and you have to make updates, but it's an investment. Every year, this person who buys this place is saving approximately $28,000 in taxable income. Plus, they can do whatever they want to the house. They can own it. Their kids can get their own rooms. They can paint them. You can have dogs. You can do all kinds of crazy things. Plus, it's personal to you. It's your home. But looking at it as an investment state, just totally investment-wise, I think if you can afford to buy, I tell these people, if you afford to buy, buy. Look into purchasing. Because I don't think everybody's aware of what the savings really are at the end of the year. When you talk to your accountant, ask your accountant. Say, look, I'm thinking about buying. Looked at Ask Michael Monday, and we're paying $3,200 a month. How can I save money if I own instead of renting? And they'll probably tell you the same tax incentives that you could be getting, besides the personal things. So these are factors that I think everybody should be aware of. We're still seeing amazing properties on the market, like this one I have in Parkland for under $500,000. You get a 4-bedroom plus loft with a pool. You're going to spend under $3,100, around $3,100 per month. All in on this property, plus those tax incentives. You can't get that in Parkland right now for rent. You're going to pay more than that even in the Hamptons in some of these places for the 4-bedroom plus models. So remember these factors. It's really important when you meet with your financial advisor, a lender, the real estate agent you're working with, to really have them know this so they can give you the benefits. We have a lot of first-time home buyers, or a lot of people that rented for many years, coming to us and asking for our advice. This is what we give. So then you and our team can make an informed decision if 1, it's the right time to buy, or 2, if you should continue to rent, maybe fix your credit a little, get a little better so you can get that payment down. We're here to help you. We have great people that we help, every day through the mortgage process, the credit repair, whatever it may be, because, it's very difficult to build, investment portfolio. It really is. It's tough today. You're not getting a ton of money in the bank. These are great alternatives. You're going to pay it anyways because you need a house over your, for your family to live in. It would be informative to do that. So I appreciate you guys watching this. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. If you're looking to know what your home is worth, visit our website at myparklandhomevalue.com, and please share this, like this, comment on it. We'd love to earn your business's trust as always. See you for another week of Ask Michael Monday, and have a good evening with your family. Take care.